Everyone's talking about ranking on LLMs, but today, Qwairy, my generative engine optimization tool, just made it 3 times cheaper, faster, and way more global to do it. We just launched a new release, and we didn't just add features, we added a lot of things, and we really re-evaluated how GEO, generative engine optimization, works. We reduced the price of credits. ChatGPT now only costs 1 credit. We added new models, Grok, Mistral, GPT-5, or version of GPT that you can analyze, a lot of things. We added new languages, Italian, Swedish, Portuguese. You can analyze your brand in whatever language. We added a lot of filters so that you can compare week over week your performance on ChatGPT, on Mistral, on Claude, whatever LLM you want to choose. And we also added a new user experience that I'm going to share with you. Every competitor, for example, now has a detail page where you can see their backlinks and you can see their top performing content on ChatGPT. Thanks to this, you can copy the strategy and improve your content strategy. Also, if you see a backlink and if it's available in a media platform, we directly show the price of this backlink. Lower cost, smarter data, sharper insights. This is exactly what I'm going to present you in this video. Let's start the video and share my screen. All right, friends, if you don't know Qwairy, this is exactly the tool. It's qwairy.co. Basically, it's a generative engine optimization platform. You just add your brand. Like in this case, I added tally.so, but I also added Figma. I can add Tesla, whatever brand I want to add. In this case, also I have Spotify. And then we will create an audit of your presence in LLMs, in ChatGPT, in Perplexity, if your brand is mentioned, if your content is used as a source, and a lot of things like that. Just in case you haven't seen it, if you already know Qwairy and you know the onboarding, you can just skip this part. But basically how it works is that you just add a brand here, you launch the analysis, and then you can select the languages. We even have English UK, English US, whatever. In this case, I added tesla.com. You just go next. Here we will identify topic depending on your brand. Topic is just like a semantic overview of what you are doing. So for example, in the case of Tesla, we identify topic like electric vehicles, battery range, energy storage, solar energy solution, because they also sell solar energy solution. Here in the onboarding, we only identify 5 topics, but you can add topics at any time later. And from this topic, we identify the prompts. And the prompts, it's everything that is next to the buying intent. And we will use the classical top funnel, middle funnel, bottom funnel identification. Bottom funnel, it's the prompt that are the nearest of the buying intention. So in this case, for example, electric vehicle, let's imagine someone that is searching for an electric vehicle will just go on ChatGPT and ask what are the best electric vehicles to consider in 2025. After that, you can go next. Here you can select all the models you want to work on. You also have premium model, like if you want GPT, whatever. Every model costs credits, and credits, they are every time we generate a response, it costs the credit. Then you can configure the monitoring and all of this. This, I have already done it for Tally, for example, and now I'm just going to show you everything that's new on Qwairy. So let's continue the video. Here you can see the brand mention visibility. It's how many times over the prompt that we added. In this case, I added 21 prompts. How many times you were mentioned? In this case, 48%. That's pretty good score. Source citation is how many times your link was added directly in the different LLM. Here you have the overview. It's some kind of audit that we generate directly. And what you can do here, it's really interesting. You can select the topic. So for example, now I want to see free form builder. Tally.so is just like form builder, like Typeform. Form creators online, and I can see the results in this case. You see that for form creator, I'm very strong in this case. You can see the different funnels, and here you can even see just a prompt. So let's say I choose this prompt, I can see directly the answers. Let's see this one, all prompts. Then after that, I can also see compare over time, so if I want last day, last 7 days, last 30 days, this is a lot of filters that we added, and it's very practical. If I want to see my results only in ChatGPT, I can go here and select only ChatGPT. Actually, you can see that Tally is a bit less stronger in ChatGPT, only 33%. So you want to know the competitors, and in this case, you can see that Jotform is the leading competitor in this case. Here you see the sources, which sources were used by the LLM to provide the answer, and you could be curious and go a little bit deeper in the sources. And here, same thing, you have all this filter. So let's say in the case of form creator online, I want to see a little bit where I can be more present. I can see that Zapier has a couple of links directly. And here I can see top performing pages. And for example, I have this article, best online form builder software. Let's see if I'm in there, if I'm not in there. This is something I can improve already. First, backlink strategy. Netlinking is the French word we use for this. First, backlink strategy is just you contact these people and you try to have a brand mention in their article, because their article is used by LLMs, so you should be present in their article. This is the first thing you can do. Also, sometimes there are some platform, some website where you can get a link, but you have to pay for this link. And for this, now we added a little filter here, available to buy, and you can see all the sources that are available to buy on different platforms that we are connected with. So for example, this quick and dirty tips, you could buy a link for 1,300 euro, and you can see a little bit the statistic of this website. So it has very strong domain authority, 78 out of 100. So this is why also probably is quite expensive. In terms of competitor mention, so let's say you are Tally and you want to see the page that are performing for Typeform. Typeform is the competitor of Tally. Here you can see, for example, you go to the top performing page and you see that Typeform created an article, Typeform vs Google Form. Sorry, I clicked on it. And this article was mentioned twice by, in this case, this is AI overview. So I think this is the first thing that you can do, copy this content strategy, because apparently the LLMs like this kind of content, so you should copy that. And same thing here, you have the 15 best customer feedback tools in 2025. Well, it's used by LLM to provide answers, so you should add it to your content strategy. And this is something that is really important that I want to talk about, is that generative engine optimization, sometimes we say answer engine optimization, is not so different from SEO. You have levers that you can use in SEO and in GEO. It's just that you don't activate the same levers. In terms of levers, you have the content and the backlinks, and basically you need to activate it, but a different way. Maybe it's different backlink that you have to activate. In this case, you can see the backlink on Qwairy. Maybe it's a different content strategy that you need to activate to perform better on ChatGPT, on AI overview. Well, again, this is something you can see directly on Qwairy. So these are the new things that we added. We added a lot of other things. The backlink opportunity, here, same thing. We are identifying the most performing backlink for your content. So basically, we look at the backlink that are the most used and that mentioned essentially your concurrents, your competitor, not you. And there you can see which one are the most important. And in this, you can also filter with the available to buy. And for example, here you can see that visme.co is available to buy. So you could potentially see the price of this backlink afterwards. This is something you can do. Same thing, we added some new models. So for example, if now you want to start monitoring new models, ChatGPT now costs 1 credit. Before it was 3 credits. We reduced the price and we do this by scrapping. But if you want to do this by API, you can also do it here. There is this debate. I don't think this debate is so strong in the English-speaking community, but in the French-speaking community, this debate is very strong that scrapping is a little bit better than API in terms of answer. Honestly, we checked and it was 80% of the same answer, but still, if you want to choose, you can choose here. And you can see you have a lot of model. Here you can choose the monitoring, and also at any time, you can launch a new analysis. So for example, let's say here, I'm coming, it's Monday morning, my boss asked me, what's the position in ChatGPT or everything? I can just start an analyzing on ChatGPT directly like that. This is very practical because now you can launch an analysis at any time, whereas before you had to search a little bit to monitor automatically. Last but not least, Google Search Console. Here now you can collect the Google Search Console. I'm going to show the one from my personal blog about beer. So here you can see it's mainly French queries. But basically here, we have, the Google Search Console, you have the 1,000-word limit. It's not the case anymore with Qwairy because we are connected via the Google Search Console API. So you have 1,000, 20,000 answers in this case. I have some clients, they have 50,000, even more. And here in this case, we added a lot of filter, like the long tail filter, transactional filter. And here, honestly, you can discover so many queries that are really interesting for your content, and also that are queries that potentially people search on search engine. If people are typing something on Google, let's be honest, they are typing it on ChatGPT too. So here you can see, for example, questions, and I can see that this question, for example, is very strong. Why Guinness is black? I'm just going to go back. Excuse me. Hop, that's good example. Questions, why Guinness is black, 70 impressions over the last 3 months. So interesting. And for example, I could launch the tracking and track it with the rest of my queries. This is it. It's a new version of Qwairy. There's a second new version that comes with Qwairy Fanout, shopping insights, where you can see directly which a product ChatGPT is recommending. Content Studio, you can launch your article directly on Qwairy. There's so many new things that are coming up. I'm so excited with that. And let's continue building the best GEO tool for marketing teams. Talk soon and test the product. You have 100 credits for free on Qwairy. And thank you for watching the video.